Well, Steve is out there in St. Louis, and there was a big debate last night, as you're well aware of, and I understand Kellyanne Conway is out there with you, Steve.
Actually, I believe she is in New
Trump
York
Tower.
City at Trump
You
Tower.
flew back.
Good
You're
morning,
already back,
Kellyanne.
Thanks for joining us.
They have a jet. They have a great big jet.
Yeah.
It's called 1 hour sleep, and it looks that way.
Right. I don't think so. Yeah. Kellyanne, let me just ask you real quick. What was the mood like when you got on the plane with Donald Trump leaving for New York? Anybody would believe that the future of the campaign was in the balance. Describe that plane ride.
So I will tell you how it was right after you got off the stage, because I took a different plane home. Those of us who stayed in the spin room took a different plane back. But Donald Trump was ebullient. He knows that he won that debate. He knows he took the case right to Hillary Clinton on everything from her disastrous Russian reset to Libya to Ambassador Stevens and others begging for more security and not receiving it, to Syria and her plan to get 550% increase in refugees here. He took her to task on her emails, and she said she was sorry, but really she's just sorry for getting caught. Took her to task on this private versus public position that you have to have, as recently revealed over the weekend, Brian, and yet she really couldn't answer those questions. I took her to task on Obamacare, something that his running mate, Governor Pence, mentioned masterfully on Tuesday night in his debate against Senator Kaine, which he also won. And she said, no, my husband clarified it. He doesn't think it's the craziest thing ever. Yes, he does, and he's right. So I thought it was a really great policy night and a great night for people who want to see a choice between past and future, between a successful businessman and a failed politician.
Kellyanne, everyone was watching last night to see what his response was going to be about the open mic, especially women. You know, that tape was released on Friday. The debate was on Sunday. What was your advice to him?
So I will first tell you that my reaction was a combination of what Governor Pence and Melania Trump and Donald Trump have said about his comments. I, too, found them to be unacceptable and offensive, and nobody's here to defend them, including Donald Trump. He apologized on Friday in a video post that everybody can see. Those are his words. And he, again, repeated that last night. Said that he hated it, he was embarrassed, he apologized for it, and then he also said the difference between words and actions and talked about that very important distinction. The other thing I think is incredibly important, Ainsley, in this conversation is when Anderson Cooper pressed Mr. Trump on sexual assault, Donald Trump shot back and said, no, that's not what this was. These are words. And I think there's something there, because this term sexual assault has been bandied about. And I will tell you, somebody who's worked with, and certainly has in my life, as I'm sure we all do, victims of sexual assault, it demeans them to equate that with this for political purposes.